WLSers. It is Tuesday, December 16th, and today I am week 10. Can you believe it? This whole thing, process, everything about it has been totally amazing to me. I'm going to talk about a couple of things I'm starting to notice, but we're going to lead off with numbers. I had my surgery with Dr. Alvarez in Mexico on October 7th, 2014. I had a 3-week pre-op diet leading in. When I started my pre-op diet, I was 326 pounds. My highest weight ever was 331. My surgery weight was 306 pounds. And today I weighed in at 260.8. which is a loss of 4.4 pounds. So, right in my average. I'm doing great, following right along into that between 4 and 5 pound losses kind of thing going on. It's totally awesome. I'm completely good with it, particularly this week because this is usually my heavy week, if you know what I mean. So, good news. And clearly, all of my worries about all the snacking that was going to be going on this weekend with all of these events and stuff like that turned out not to be a big deal. Still having some issues doing the right thing in a couple of places. I did notice that my protein numbers have gotten a little low on my regular basis. I was scrolling back through my stuff, seeing how I'm doing, and I'm not up there high enough. And one of the reasons why I decided to check that is these puppies right here. Yes, I have tips on and they're like that, and yeah. But my last set of tips that I had put on before I had these done didn't really grow out. Usually I need a fill by the 3rd week because my nails have been grow, and yeah, they didn't need one. It was like a month before I needed a fill, which means my nails are not growing the way that they usually do, which means my nutrition is off, and it was. So I'm trying to get back on that train, make sure all of that stuff is going on track again. Fluids. I'm a dehydration junkie. I drink most of my fluids in the evening like I did before my surgery, but that leaves me short in fluids. And I know I sound like a broken record. I'm short on fluids, I'm short on fluids, I'm short on fluids. And like I said, I have yet to find a valid system for making sure I get in all of my fluids other than a timer, and that thing is annoying as shit. Just really. I've gotten back on my vitamin bandwagon, not as consistently as I wish I was, but I'm at least back on it, and it has made me feel better. I'm feeling much better. Working out wise, I'm sure my Facebookers noticed that my swim checks have stopped, and that's because I haven't been. One of the reasons I haven't been is, number one, I've just been being lazy, and number two, I had a lot going on with my family all being a weird mess and everything else, and now holidays. But excuse number 3 that I haven't been to the gym and swimming is I needed new suits. The suit that I had been wearing was getting big enough to where it was becoming a nuisance to me. It was actually bare to swim in, to make sure that it was, up here where it was supposed to be, and then, I would get space in the back when I'm swimming along and it would catch water, and it was just driving me nuts. So I took advantage of a lot of the sales that are going on. By the way, sales big time going on swimsuitsforall.com. So I took advantage of that and ordered 2 new lap suits. One slightly smaller than I am now, but wearable right now, so that I can wear it for a little bit, and two sizes down, so that I have something to transition to. Hopefully that will get me through spring and I won't need to order more, or maybe I'll be in a size where I don't have to order it at all. I can just buy one in the store by the time I need another one. So, like I said, excuses, not reasons necessarily, but totally excuses. And I haven't been to the gym, so that's the case. My challenges for this week are Lots more holiday stuff. Lots more holiday stuff. Every time I turn around, a client or someone is dropping off a gift of a box of candy or something like that to all of us at work to say thank you for serving them. And I tend to avoid the break room unless I need to heat something up that I've brought myself. I'm grabbing a thing here and there, and I don't see the problem in that. I'm not doing a lot. It's just some snacking. Not necessarily, I wouldn't call it snacking. It's more like I grab one piece of something, and that's not every day. It's like it just happens. I can't even say it happens regularly, but that's happening, and I don't think it's been too bad yet. But I, being a lifetime fat girl, know the slippery slope that is. So we'll see what happens there. And my bowling league is having their Christmas potluck this weekend when we league bowl. I'm going to make another batch of caramels and take those to the potluck. They're my own caramels. I love them to death, and I know I used to eat the hell out of them when my mother and I used to make them because we only make them this time of year. They're special. But I'm realizing that the thing about those is I make them, and I can make them whenever I want to make them, and that means that I don't have to stuff my face with them. So those are some nice things. Things that I'm noticing, body changes are starting to stand out to me. And I'm not saying in a bad way. I'm not saying like I'm having a body dysmorphic moment or something like that, but I'm just, I'm noticing how when I touch it, my abdominal skin kind of crinkles, there's space underneath it because of the weight loss and all this kind of stuff. My thighs, oh my word. Okay, so maybe I have a bit of an issue with it a little bit. My thighs, I can't even. I can't say, I know some people say that they start to wonder if, when they get further down the road, if they start to think they felt better about the way certain parts of their body looked when it was fuller than now that it has the skin, and I feel sort of that way about my thighs. I don't miss my giant thighs. I don't miss them at all. I don't wish they were full like that again. I guess what I really wish is that they never were that way in the first place, so that they didn't have this weird looking skin now. But that's life, isn't it? I mean, I can't say that I lived a bad life. I don't regret it. I don't regret the life that I've led. It's led me here. So how can that be bad? I had kind of a pause with my face this morning. I have a jawline and all this kind of stuff. I'm getting more defined features, and when I look at myself straight and I see the oval shape of my face, I've always really loved my face. That sounds so vain. Oh my god. That sounds so vain. I do like my face. I'm just having a hard time associating these lines, these jawline and all this kind of stuff with me. It's odd. And I'm just kind of like, I guess there's a little part of me that is feeling a little bit of fear of what all of, I know I have these great high cheekbones that everyone's going to say, what the hell are you complaining about? I'm not complaining about my cheekbones, but these cheekbones and this jawline and everything like that, what is that all going to look like 100 more pounds down the line in the range where I would like to get to? And there's a part of me that a little bit fears that, because I've never had a problem with my face. That sounds like a horrible thing to say as a fat girl, because we always complain that people say, well, you have such a beautiful face, and you're like, really? Is the rest of me not beautiful? But I have this fear that I'm not going to like it anymore. Craziness. And, the mental game. The mental game is the difficult part. The mental game is the difficult part. So I think it's more of a general fear of the unknown. I don't know how much I talked about this. Probably I talked about it in the beginning in the first few videos when I was first talking about doing this and trying to make the decision and then going forward with it. I am right now 20 pounds lighter than I was when I graduated high school. And the lowest weight I have any memory of being is in the 220s when I was in junior high, early junior high. I have this kind of, there's a wall there at 220 that my brain can't comprehend past. What is that? Who is that? Is that, what is that like? Who is that person? I don't know. I don't comprehend. I don't comprehend lower than 220. I don't understand smaller than size 18. I don't understand it. And that's kind of strange in a way because in 2009 I was a size 18, and maybe that's why. Maybe it's because the last time I lost weight and did it fairly successfully successfully in my opinion, my journey stopped at 18, at size 18. And it stopped short of something that I have in my closet that's very dear to me. And I don't know why I'm thinking about this right now, but even though I'm at 12 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and tell you the story. Last week I told the story about how my mother got sick and passed away in 2000, and she got sick in 2009, passed away in 2010. And in the midst of all that, my long-term boyfriend, 3 years running, that I lived with, asked me to leave and that he didn't love me anymore. What I didn't say about that story is a month before he asked me to do that, understanding that my mother was going to pass and that she probably would not live to see me get married, took her wedding dress shopping and fell in love with a wedding dress and bought it a size smaller than I was because the consultant told me that that would be an okay size even if I continued to lose weight because my rib cage is as big as it is. It's not like your ribs great, Anyway, that was her statement. So I have a size 16 wedding dress preserved in my closet that I've owned since 2009 because the man I felt 100% about sent me packing a month after I bought it. I worry and I fear not being able to wear that dress that my mother helped me pick out. And pardon my language, but I also can hear her in the back of my head saying, fuck the dress. You can get a dress. Be healthy. And I understand that in my head. But outside of my head, I feel this fear like I have this wonderful gift of having this item in the back of my closet so that I can use it one day when I find the right person for me. And my mother helped me pick it out even though she's no longer here. I might not be able to wear that for the most beautiful reason ever, that I might be too small. And even though my brain goes, that could happen and that's okay and your mother would be all for it, my heart is not excited about the fact, and I don't want that to hold me back. So, as my therapist says, I am very self-aware, and she says it's a gift, and I am very thankful for it. I'm very aware of the irrationality. Well, it's not irrational. That's my emotions toward it, and I wish that I could do this whole process to the best of my ability the way that I am doing it, the way that I'm going to continue to do, the way that I plan on doing it, and getting down to an ideal weight for my body size. I'm 5'6", by the way, and still be able to wear that dress. I wish that I thought that was possible, but the weight that I'm hoping to be down to is a good 60, 40, 50, 60, 70 pounds lighter than I was when I bought the thing, when I was 18. So, I don't know. There's a wall in my head. And now that and it might be because now I'm feeling close to the weight I was when I bought it, because I'm basically 260 now, and when I bought it, it was 236, and I was 18 then, so maybe I'll be a 16 in the 220s, maybe, but so that space where I could surpass my ability to use this item that is so important to me, that I've taken care of and hung on to for so long, hoping to one day use. Who knows? Life is life, and I am completely of the idea that if it happens, it happens. It doesn't, it doesn't. But I might pass it, and I might not do anything with it. I might not ever put the one on that belongs to me. I might only have ever put on the sample in the store that convinced me to buy it. Yeah, I didn't plan on talking about all these things, but I'm feeling very close to this mental, emotional kind of unknown that whenever I sit down here to talk to you guys and tell you how I'm doing, that's what's on my mind. I am so close to what is unknown to me. So close to what is unknown to me. I mean, granted, I'm a person. I was clearly a lighter weight someday in my life, but I've never been healthy or normal or whatever. And I remember being a size 16 maybe when I was 12. And it's there. Right now I'm wearing, I think, like a 22, and I was like a 28. But it's right there, and I think it's because weight-wise it's right there. And it's kind of scary. The unknown is kind of scary. Scary in a good way, I think. It's a good thing to face your fears, right? And maybe it's not just a fear of unknown, but it's the fear of I am shedding my emotional armor to be true to the person that I am and true to the emotions that I have. And that's 30 years of emotional burying that I'm shedding off. And that can be scary. So if any of you out there are afraid of not knowing who you're going to be or what that's going to be like, that's okay. It's okay. Even those of us who are in the middle of it, we're charging ahead anyway, and we're doing it for the good of ourselves and the good of enjoying the life around us and the people around us. And fear is okay, and it's healthy, and we're all here to support one another. And I am just a sob story these last couple of weeks. All right, I've reached the 20-minute mark, and I really hate going back past that, and I still need to do all my editing and stuff. So I'm going to shut up now. And even though I have so much more going on emotionally in my life, it's just a mess. My dog, which everyone has seen, is quite old, and he has a very aggressive cancer. I've known that since before my surgery. He had surgery to remove a tumor 3-4 weeks before I went into surgery, and things are kind of coming to a head now. Wonderful timing, right? So I don't know how much longer I'm going to have him, and he's my buddy. So I'll just throw that in there at the end, like Olive, joyful Sarah today. I love you all. I hope you're having wonderful success in your journeys. If you're trying to decide about it, all of the things you're afraid of, you can beat them. If I can beat them, you can beat them. Have beautiful days, have beautiful weekends, not the weekend, is it? Have a beautiful week. All my love to all of you. Bye. So long, farewell.